What's up, internet world? What's up, internet world? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Oh, man, it's been a real crazy week. These accusations that they put out against Jay-Z, allegedly, having a I don't even want to say the word because it's kind of, it's kind of embarrassing to even accuse someone of these type of accusations, man. And I don't want to say yay or nay. I can't really say, whether this is something that he could have done or whether he could not have done. There's been a long history in the entertainment world of underage female male activity. Okay. And the topic of tonight's show is, with these accusations being put out, would you still go out on a date with Jay-Z or would you take the 500K? Okay. Even before these accusations, okay, I always thought to myself, give me the money. This has nothing to do with the new accusations against Jay-Z or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure if you give me the 500K, I can do a lot more with the 500K than going out on a dinner date and getting my ears filled up from someone that's telling me, hey, you do this, and this, you can have this. Because I know a lot of that type of information is going to come with direction from people that I may and may not want to follow. I may and may not want to listen to those directions. So I want that 500K. Now, at this point, earlier in the week, I did a video where the accusations first came out, okay? And Mrs. Knowles, okay, Jay-Z's mother-in-law, accused, well, she didn't actually accuse, but she actually agreed with the new accusations that, has been put out on Jay-Z. Okay. This here. Okay. Jay-Z portrayed by Beyonce mom, Tina Knowles, telling reaction to rape lawsuit. This is only the beginning, as she says. Okay. This is an article that I was covering earlier this week. Okay. And it's really confusing with these people because it makes me feel like they're playing theater with us. Okay? Because this was over the weekend. This was last Saturday when she made these, she liked a post that someone put out claiming that this 13-year-old actually was assaulted by Jay-Z. Okay? But less than a day later, Miss Knowles was seen with Jay-Z and family, okay, on the red carpet. Now, who's to say why she would like a post? Maybe she did it on accident. But who's to say why she would like a post that would be, putting the father of her grandchildren in a light that was a little bit unsavory, as to say. Why she would actually agree or like a post that makes him look very devious to the family. So it brings up the question of what exactly are we looking at when we're being given this information coming out of the entertainment world? Are we actually being fed information that's misleading, I should say? Because for someone to be, let me see if I can find something here. Because if you're being uh, if you're being given certain, images to follow, certain ideas to run with, then it's almost like it brainwashes you into believing the narrative that is being put out instead of believing what your rightful mind tells you. And sometimes your rightful mind will tell you the truth, and it's easy to deny the truth when you're being bombarded with frivolous information. Okay, let me see if I can find Monday where Jay-Z is on the red carpet with Beyonce and his mother-in-law. Okay, and I don't understand why they would be on the red carpet together if she, less than 24 hours before, had him in a bad light. Okay. If that's real to me, that's real shady. Like, if you're going to be someone you're going to criticize someone, and then hours later you'll be standing beside, as it's always been told, Hollywood is a very, very strange place. And some of the things that goes on in Hollywood will surprise you. If you're one with a weak and faint mind that don't get the concept of the level of street activity, elevated when you get around people that have money. Okay? When you get around people that have money and they're in a controlled setting like a Hollywood where things can go on and be manipulated and be overseen by people that pretty much say, hey man, anything that we want to go goes, it really takes the game to a different level. And you don't understand what you're actually looking at. Sometimes you can be looking at, as they say, you could be looking at the trees and not see the forest. Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can find that. Okay. Now here we are here. Okay. This is Jay-Z and fam. Okay. That's Blue Ivy here. Okay. And here it says Tina and Jay-Z, 55, were later seen walking into the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, California together as they followed the usher directly to their seats. Okay. Now, this is 3 days ago. This story is coming from 3 days ago. Now, the story that I showed you before was the story of the previous day when here Tina Knowles, she looked a lot better right here. The other picture that they had of her, she was looking real old, and her pretty face wasn't as pretty as it's looking here on the red carpet. But once that makeup hit, those transformations, they start to throw you off. You can have an old booger wooger turn into a pretty dime piece. But boy, when that makeup come off, you better run. It says the three generations looked fabulous as Tina, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy all wore outfits which incorporated gold into their outfits. Tina rocked a black shirt and trousers combo, which she paired with leather gloves and a gold belt. Beyonce, 43, meanwhile wore a plunging black dress with gold spots. Okay. While Blue Ivy, 12, wore a metallic gold buff ball dress which she paired with red lipstick. Now, I'm not one to pass judgment on people and their children. You do what you do. But for me, just for me, I really don't feel that children at a certain age should be running around or, running around presenting themselves as adults, especially with red lipstick. Okay. If people really knew the history of where red lipstick comes from, you would understand more of why you should not be allowing a child at a certain age to be, wearing red lipstick. Okay. The girl is 12 years old right here. You see, she's as tall as a mother. So you kind of, you kind of want to kind of monitor that. Okay. Anyway. Okay. As a sidebar, I just wanted to point out that the accuser is a 13-year-old girl that the age of 13. Now that number 13, we all know, has been a number that numerology really plays a big part into. If anyone's ever noticed, you never have a floor number 13. Wherever you go, there's never a floor 13. There's rarely you'll see a floor 13 when you get in the elevator. It doesn't matter if you're at the hospital, if you're at a hotel, if you've been to a library where it goes up to 13 floors in the library. Most libraries don't, but most buildings that you go into where there's more than 14 floors, you'll always find that there's not a number 13 there for some reason. 13 is always skipped over, or it'll go from 12 to maintenance level and then 14. Just next time you're going into a building that has more than 14, 15 floors, take a mental note of that. See if there's an actual 13th floor. But I just wanted to sidebar that. Okay. Now, being that Jay-Z has been accused of this, it poses the question now of, would you actually still go out on a date with Jay-Z instead of taking the $500,000? Okay. I want to check out this this interview that was done. Okay. They have an interview of Jay-Z. Not a Jay-Z, but the accuser. This is coming from NBC. This woman interviewed the so-called accuser. And I'm not really sure how I feel about, it. I was on the fence a little bit, not knowing whether or not Jay-Z actually whether I felt like he was, he was guilty of this or not. But after listening to this interview, it makes me question even more of whether or not I actually do believe this. I don't know if I actually believe this anymore. I don't know. Let's check out this interview.
You should always advocate for yourself.
This is the girl who's actually accusing him. Just listen to her.
Be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
Okay, now let me just stop right there, because this girl does not seem. I don't want to, say the wrong, misleading things, but she just does not give me the vibe that these guys at the age that they were 24 years ago. As you seen just now, it says Jay-Z is 55 right now. So at the age of 31, we're talking 24 years ago. Okay, this woman is saying, or this young girl is saying, that these guys assaulted her. She just doesn't give off the vibe that she would be, one of those girls that was developed early, you know, very, very sexually curious, and would actually allow men to lure her into an environment where she knows that sexual. See, this is the thing. Even when you're that age, right? Even when you're that age as a 13, 14, 15-year-old, you are aware of what's going on around you. You know when a man has eyes for you and he's looking at you sexually. I hear girls say it all the time. You know, they say, "Oh, he's creepy. He's looking at me with those eyes." Okay? He's looking at me with those eyes, and they know what those eyes mean. Those eyes mean, "Oh, he's looking at me sexually." So to allow yourself to be lured into an environment where you know a man may be looking at you in a sexual way, it makes me kind of question what is the motive here. Let's continue.
News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is,
Now, do you see this? See, this is what I'm talking about. To me, this is damaging the credibility of what I think they're trying to do. I'm just going to be honest. I think it's kind of damaging the credibility. The way the interviewer is looking and smiling. And then the girl happens to be autistic. Okay. Now, we're not sure, you know, how autistically restricted from being regular she is. And then at the age of 13, you know, was she autistic then? You know, and according to Jaguar Wright, we're talking about what she says allegedly are very diabolical men. Okay. So that's what kind of throws the ball back into play of what kind of theater are we looking at? Okay. What actually are we looking at with this entertainment world? Where are we being led to with this entertainment world? Okay. The way that Jaguar Wright describes these men, she describes them as if they would have taken advantage of this girl, being autistic or not. From what we have been able to see, a lot of us have never been in the company of these men, so we don't know. Okay, all we know is what we see. We're just a viewing audience. So we're looking at them like they could never. But someone like a Jaguar Wright, who has been in the company of these men, she professes that 100%, yes, they would. Okay, it's just very, very confusing as to trying to figure out, you know, because to me, it would hurt my feelings to know that a person like a P. Diddy or Jay-Z, someone who, you know, has been heroic to a lot of people of my generation. Okay. A lot of people of my generation hold these guys to very high esteem. So to find out that these men that have been looked at as heroes over the last, you know, lifetime. You know, in the state of North Carolina, life used to be 20 to 25 years. If they gave you life in prison and you did 20 years, 25 years, that was life. They let you out. So we talking about a lifetime right now. For the last 20 years, 25 years will put you at 1999. We know Puffy been around since at least 94 when Biggie came out. So we talking about a lifetime here. That people have heroically looked at these men for them to be as diabolical as Jaguar Wright has described. To me, I feel some type of way. I ain't even gonna lie. I feel some type of way. Because I hate to have looked at someone with such high regard only to be let down by the actions that I feel are unrecoupable. You can't come back from that. Those type of actions, we can't let you back in the house for that. Okay, let's continue the interview.
is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs's limo driver who offered...
Again, are we watching theater? Because who was the friend? Why ain't the friend being named? The friend drove her. The friend is only how old? How is the friend? Is this friend a male or a female? Okay. You're talking about a 13-year-old girl driving 5 hours away with a friend. Where are your parents? Did your parents know you were going away? Okay. Now, later on in this interview, you know, she'll mention her dad came and picked her up. You know, your dad just don't come pick you up like you at the store when you 5 hours away. Okay, just we're gonna get into it. We're gonna
ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, you know, I have his about his tattoo that's the Last Supper, because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Madden...
Okay, so how is a 13-year-old girl coming from Rochester, New York, getting to be in the company of these superstars? Not Jay-Z, but these other two guys. These other two guys that she just mentioned here. What is it, Madison?
Religious background. So it was just something to talk.
Where them guys at? These guys here.
Spoke to musicians Benji Madden and...
What's their name?
Brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo.
Okay. Benji Madden and his brother, seen here, are big time stars. So how does a 13-year-old get in the company of them? I mean, even in 2000, guys like this would be like, hey man, what's up with the young girl in here, man? Get her from back here, man. Get her from backstage, you know. We back here, we like to party. Well, she says they're religious. She says they're religious, so maybe they wasn't partying like that. Maybe they were allowing, you know, young people to be around them when they're backstage. But it just poses the questions in my mind as to why. Why would you allow, you know, youngsters to be backstage somewhere with you in private? You know, you're out in the front, you're signing autographs, you do all of that, but once I go back to my dressing room, we cut that. Ain't no more guests. Pass, you know, we got to draw the line somewhere. No more guests. Okay? Now, let's continue this interview, though. Let me just continue the interview.
She spoke to musicians Benji Madden
and... You guys can finish this out and see exactly what she says. Let me catch us back.
Confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time. At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened.
I'm not gonna lie. I really don't know how credible that is right there. I really have a little bit of problem with that. I got to keep it 100. I got a little bit of problem with that. I don't know how credible that is. I don't know if I can run with that. Okay. If this is some kind of money grab, as they saying that it is, I can guarantee you that statement right there hurts your credibility for whatever case you're trying to build. Because this doesn't look good right here. Let's continue.
Ask me what I did or where I was.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind, he said. When we asked the woman about the contradictions in a
Now, this her daddy now. That's what I'm saying. The theater that we're being given. Okay? The theater that we have been given. Are we being told the truth? What kind of timeline are they trying to paint here for us? Okay. We have this woman who has accused these people of doing something to her, and the accusations that she's making, she's including people to where their credibility is shattering her story down to her own father. Okay. She has her own father that is, he's not going along with this story. It really hurts her credibility. Let's continue.
Interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. I have made some mistakes, she said. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me. The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false. The accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, said, because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. This has been extremely distressing for her to the point she has experienced.
Okay, now, Mr. Busby. Now, if you put this girl on this polygraph and it comes out to be negative, that's going to really hurt your credibility, Mr. Busby. Because what's going on here is a lot more serious than being able to have a career-ending case like this put you in a place where you can't recover from it. Okay? Your credibility is pretty much shot if she has the lie detector test come back that says she was not being truthful. Okay? That's really going to hurt the credibility of Mr. Tony Busby, because I would not be able to take him seriously anymore after something like this. It would have to be some type of, big case that shows he's a stand-up guy in order for him to gain his credibility back after, believing in something like this because of the high-profile, character in question by the name of Jay-Z. Okay, you're wanting to attack a high-profile character by the name of Jay-Z on the count of we're not getting the identity of a person, which is of age now. Okay, and even if you were to not want to show your face, if she's now we don't know if the paperwork. See, they've said that she has been notified as Jane Doe, but the paperwork may say something different. This is what is being told out in the media. Again, are we being given theater? Okay, we know that out in the media, they're saying Jane Doe, but wherever that paperwork was filed, there may be a name. So Mr. Busby, I'm pretty sure, is not wanting to have something of this sort have his career be put in jeopardy. Or is this the establishment at work? Is this the establishment at work? Who knows? Mr. Tony Busby looks like a clean-cut guy. Nice smile. Seems like he's pretty, pretty honest. But we all know that men have come before in the theater of entertainment and appear to be one way. And again, I tell you, just like I tell you on the video the other day, P. Diddy came forth and said that he would not hurt a fly, and then they put out the tape on him. And he came back apologizing with his face all greasy on the screen. You know? So for a man like a Tony Busby to come and try to bring charges up on a high profile man, obviously he's taking it seriously because he doesn't want this to end up being a piece of paper balled up in the trash can, thrown in the garbage, representing his career. Okay, let's continue on.
Seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress. In a statement to NBC News, Sean Carter said this incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory.
Is any part of you scared coming out against such powerful people?
Yeah, I'm scared of what could happen, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive from the inside out than I am of, being chastised by their fans.
All right, Chloe Malas joining us now live. Chloe.
See, I don't know how I feel about that because this lady Chloe Malas, who you see right here, she asked her if she's scared of these very powerful people. What does she actually mean by that? You know what I mean? What does she actually mean by very powerful people? You know, in our eyes, they're just entertainers. But obviously there's something deeper there than just being an entertainer when she says, are you scared of these powerful people? Okay. Now, I want to look up something which will kind of give you a different angle of playing devil's advocate when it comes to the entertainment world and how they have always had this taste for young girls in the industry, and how you have men that enter into the entertainment world and they're entering into something that's already running by people that have a reach further than you understand, and you don't really understand the spider's web that you're stepping into. Okay? It's really a lot, a lot bigger than just being able to create a song, have it go viral, and next thing you know, you're a millionaire where you can act and talk any kind of way you want to, and you can say, fuck people and, throw money around like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand the attraction to it. Being able to create something that lasts 2 to 3 minutes. That's the biggest how when you're at the arcade and you putting a quarter in the machine and you trying to use that quarter to push that big quantity of coins off the cliff. I forget the name of that game, but that is the biggest representation of a game like that. You're wanting to put something that lasts 3 minutes out for people to praise you on so that you can in turn make millions off of it. That like, if you understand what I'm trying to show you with that, it's something that lasts 3 minutes that people are looking to gain more than any, you're talking millions of dollars. There's people out there that work hard for years and never will see $1 million. So you have to understand the gamble that is going on with trying to have a 3-minute rap video make you millions of dollars. It's the ultimate form of being lazy. I'm just put it out there like that. It's the ultimate form of being lazy. Because you're wanting pretty much the world and more for being able to run your mouth. And some people will call it an art. Some people will call it creativity. And I'm not going to lie, some of it is. But a lot of it now is just being able to run off at the mouth. A lot of it now is not really art anymore. It's just running off at the mouth and seeing who can be the most disrespectful. And that's who we praise as the new star. The person that can be the most disrespectful. Excuse me, I had to drop a little bit of ash there. But the person that can be the most disrespectful gets the most praise. Okay, I'm going to try to pull up something here. And I want you guys to check this out. Now this is an old song right here. This is Do Me Baby. Okay. This is by this is Do Me Baby by I want to call them New Edition, but it's not New Edition. I think this one right here is it may be New Edition, or is it BBD? Okay. Now here it says, wait a minute. Here we are in this big old empty room. No, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not even what I'm looking for. Let's go back right here. Let me do New Edition. Instead of doing BBD, I'm going to do New Edition. I forgot to put the lyrics on there. Okay. I forgot to put the lyrics on there. Let me retype it. Just stay with me. Do Me Baby, New Edition. And then I forgot to put the lyrics on there. If they're going to give me the lyrics, they ain't going to write it out for me. Let me see if this is it right here. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. They not wanting to give it to me. Okay. But how about we check this out right here? This is Vivo. Okay, let's see right here. Let's see if they'll give me the lyrics on here. Okay, here we go right here. Now this is I'm not gonna play the music because I don't want them to, you know what I mean. But this is from Genius right here. It say, take a good look at me. Take a look at me. Tell me, do you like what you see? Do you think you can? Do you think you can do me? Kiss me, pretty baby. Y'all know that song, okay? So you with me? Just stay with me now. This is Do Me Baby. Now this is a real like provocative sexual song. Just, you know, just so you understand. I just want to show y'all how, you know, there has always been a taste for young girls in the entertainment world. Always. Okay. This is verse 2. Okay. This is verse 2 of the song Do Me Baby by New Edition. Okay. It say, girl, let your hair down, take off your clothes and leave on your shoes. Would you mind if I look at you for a moment before we make sweet love? Now pay attention to this part right here. It say, backstage, underage adolescent, how you doing? Fine. She replied, I sighed, I like to do the wild thing. Action took place, kinda wet. Don't forget the J, the I, the M, the Y, y'all. I need a body bag. What the fuck is that nigga talking about? What is he talking about? If there hasn't always been a taste for young girls in hip hop, then what the fuck is he talking about right here? I'm going to read it to you again. I'm going to read it to you again. Girl, let your hair down. Take off your clothes and leave on your shoes. Would you mind if I look at you for a moment before I make sweet love? And then he say, backstage, underage adolescent, how you doing? Fine, she replied. I sighed, I like to do the wild thing. Action took place. Break it down for you. That means he fucked. Okay. And he let you know it was kind of wet. Now he talking about an adolescent right here. He telling you right here in this line right here. Right there. Middle of the screen. Underage adolescent. Okay. And then the man say, don't forget the J, the I, the M, the Y, y'all. I need a body bag. Now, for those who can't see that, if you just look at all the capital letters in this, in this sentence right here, you'll see that spells Jimmy. Okay. The J, the I, the M, the Y spells Jimmy. Okay. So he's saying, long as he putting on a condom, he's straight. Is what this man's saying. Long as he got a condom on, it's all good. Now this is from June in 1990. This really kind of 4-5 years before Jay-Z even stepped on the scene with his album that Dame Dash just sold. Reasonable Doubt. Okay. I don't think Reasonable Doubt came out to maybe like when Reasonable Doubt come out? Maybe 95, 96, one of them like that. Might have been 97, who knows? Okay. But this is 1990 right here. Okay. This is 1990, Bill DeVoe. And the man says, now I think this is so I thought it was New Edition, but this is Bill DeVoe. This is BBD. Okay, this is BBD. And I want to say your boy DeVoe. Okay. You got Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, and then this man right here in the middle, the skinny cat. I don't forgot which one is which, but the skinny cat right here. You can't really see him that good, but that's the cover of the album. And I think that's the rap part where he says, the underage girl is backstage, adolescent, how you doing? You see the lyrics. So the taste for younger girls in the hip hop world, or I don't even want to say in the hip hop world, okay? Because when BBD them came out, it wasn't really a hip hop thing. It wasn't about the hip hop then. They wasn't hip hop guys. Yeah, they were urban. They represented black people, but they wasn't. They wasn't rappers. They wasn't really. I don't think that they were considering themselves to be in the hip hop category. When you look at, a Bill DeVoe album, I don't think they categorize that as hip hop. They may categorize that as neo swang or something like that. I don't know. Okay, it might just be entitled as provocative R&B, but just in the entertainment world per se, when we talking about a taste for young girls, you have this all through the entertainment world. I don't care if you're talking about Elvis, because Elvis had young girls too. Hugh Hefner had young girls. So this whole entertainment world is built on the lust for young girls, which seems to be the running narrative. And over the years, it has translated into lust for young boys as well. So when a Jaguar Wright says that you're talking about diabolical people, that's where things kind of get put into perspective a little bit more to make you still understand that, yes, we're looking at people who are entertainers or stars, okay? And we're looking to them as if they're role model people when we're being given theater. And theater is something that will cause an illusion to disrupt your mental process. And whether people like to admit it or not, your lives are being molded, affected, and shaped by the events of these people because they put it out to you in your mind. Not just when these people are doing bad, but when these people are doing good. They put it out to you in your mind. Maybe whatever that album, Jay-Z dropped. Well, I think it was him and Kanye, and then the one after him and Kanye. These men are being looked at. I'm talking about 30 and 40 and 50-year-old men that are praising another man. Y'all understand what I'm trying to show y'all? You're talking about men that are praising men for running off at the mouth. Men that are praising men for running off at the mouth at the age of 30, 40, and 50 years old. And the theater that we're being given 9 times out of 10 is artificial and not even true. Man, I'm Mr. Burn One, man. This is word on the street, man. I'm just venting, But I'll see you guys on the next one. As I always say, don't lighten up, tighten up. Put that in your little pipe and smoke it. I gotta see a man about a dog.